Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Steven here and welcome back to another Chinese smartphone review, and today we're going to have a look at the Elephone S2 Plus from efoxshop.com. As always, there's a link down below in the description if you're interested in this phone. Now 1 month ago I reviewed the Elephone S2, which you can see on the left side, so it's the smaller version, the 5-inch version. And the S2 Plus, it's basically a little bit different, like the design is also different and it's bigger. It's 5.5 inches. Now, so far I was not happy with the Elephone S2 because the materials were cheap, the software was very buggy, but the S2 Plus, it's now the final product from efox, and yeah, today we're going to have a look at it. It retails for around €150 up and down, and well, it's not my favorite phone in this price category, but I still want to show you it, and I would say let's get directly started and let's check out what we can find inside of the box. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. When you buy the Elephone S2 Plus, you get the phone itself all along with some accessories and goodies in a nice looking new Elephone box. Now, the new box here looks kind of different, so it now has a blue cover, but that's basically it. First of all, you will find inside of the box a quick starter guide, and it's the same quick starter guide you get with the P7000, P8000. It just explains the basic Android features, but it's colored and it's full in English, so that's pretty good, but nobody is reading that. Okay, then let's have a look at the charger. Now, I know that Elephone charger from some other phones. I think it was the same like on the P3000, P3000S. And no quick charging, so the output it's 5 volts, 1 amp, and it goes up to 1.2 amps. I could draw it from the charger, but then it got pretty hot. So the phone itself, you know, it's regulating the charging current, so no quick charging, but you should be able to charge your phone in around 3 hours. Okay, that's regarding the charger. It also comes with a normal micro USB cable, nothing special, comes here in white. Then you'll find 2 screen protectors inside of the package. There should be already one on the smartphone, and it's really important to use a screen protector on the Elephone S2 series, trust me guys. Same goes for that cover here, so that's also included. It's a silicone rubber case cover, whatever, however you want to call that. And you see it's transparent, looks kind of nice, but the buttons, they feel a bit strange to press when you're using the cover. And I can just say, please use the cover and the screen protector. I can show you here my Elephone S2, so the older model, and I mean, just check this out. I dropped it only once, and the back cover, so the glass here broke, here and here. Then also, I had it in my pocket all along with my keys, and there's a huge scratch here. So the materials used, they are not really high quality. It's no Gorilla Glass, absolutely not. I don't think so, because you can scratch it pretty easy. And also the back cover, it's very thin. You can remove it if you heat it up. Maybe we'll do that to check out the real capacity of the Elephone S2. But so far I can say I'm not so happy with the build quality. I mean, it looks nice, it looks absolutely nice, but the materials used, they are kinda cheap. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now that's basically everything you can find inside of the box. There's also such a little metal pin included because you need that to open up the SIM card tray. Then I would say let's have a quick look at the phone itself, and then let's jump into Android. Okay, boys and girls, so let's get started with the front side of the Elephone S2 Plus. Now the display, it's in 720p display, but it looks kinda okay. Now we have here some huge capacitive buttons at the bottom, but they do not have any backlight. So it looks a little bit like there would be backlight, but no, it's just some mirroring surface, so it's a little bit silver, but there is no backlight. Now there's a small black bar around the display, so we have some bezels. With a black wallpaper it looks like it would be bezel-less, but if you switch here to a bright or colorful wallpaper, you will see there's a small bar around the display, which is not that big like on other phones like the Elephone P7000 or P8000, so it looks okay. At the top we have light and proximity sensor and small notification LED, front-facing camera, and the speaker grid. So let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so here as you can see there's light and proximity sensor. It's a bit hard to see because it has the same color like the frame. Then here we have the speaker in the middle. Here's the front-facing camera. Unfortunately, it's only a 2 megapixel front-facing camera, which is kind of bad. And here in the left top corner, we should have a notification LED. Doesn't light up all the time, so seems to be a little bit broken, but at least when you charge, then it lights up in red, so that indicates that it is charging. But I had problems to get it to work with like WhatsApp or whatever, and that is not that good. Now the backside of the phone looks incredibly nice. I really like the pattern, so it's the same design like the OPPO R1C or something like that. And yeah, here in the left bottom corner you can see the speaker, here in the middle the Elephone logo, and it looks always kind of different from each angle, so it looks really great. It's very mirroring, and it's a fingerprint magnet. The LED flash here at the top is really weak, so this could definitely be bigger and stronger. And here we have the 13 megapixel rear camera. I mean, also the rear camera is not that good, but you will see it later anyway. Okay, regarding the back cover, now you could remove it only if you heat up the whole area, and you have to be really careful. I tried it here and I broke the back cover. I heated it up like 80 degrees to check out the inside and everything, but I still broke it, and that happened when I dropped the phone. Now the back cover is very thin, so if you tend to drop your phone, then please use at least the case you get when you buy the phone. And yeah, maybe if you really drop your phone very often, then get a different phone, because it breaks easily. Now what I really like about the Elephone S2 and about the Elephone S2 Plus is the fact that both phones are very thin. Like, they are only 7mm thick, which is almost nothing. The buttons, they are placed on the right side of the frame, which is a metal frame, so real metal. And the buttons, well, they're okay, but they're a little bit wobbly, like they are sliding up and down, and it doesn't feel so good. I prefer stiffer buttons. But the phone itself, it's looking nice. Just have a look here at the sleek design, and 7mm thickness is definitely nice. The only thing which worries me is the weight, because for a 5.5-inch phone it feels very lightweight. Now it weighs around 160 grams, which is really not a lot for such a big phone, and I think with some more high quality materials and maybe a bigger metal frame, it would just feel a little bit more superior. So when I have it in my hands, it's so lightweight and it feels like some kind of cheap phone. And well, yeah, the back cover, it's glass, but it's very thin. Same goes for the front, and also the whole metal frame, it's just the outside and not some inner chassis, so it's a very lightweight phone. Now the only thing which looks a bit strange on the Elephone S2 Plus is that plastic bumper here at the bottom. Now if you have a look at the Elephone S2, so the 5-inch version, then you can see we have here the metal frame also at the bottom. This looks really nice and looks really classy, but if you have a look here at the Elephone S2 Plus, then you can see the metal frame just goes down here. And then here at the bottom you have that plastic bumper frame, whatever. Looks not that good like on the Elephone S2, and I think if they would have the same design, then it would look way better. But here at the bottom you have the micro USB port, as you can see in the middle, so basically the same layout, and here at the bottom microphone on both devices for doing calls. Now the top side of the frame looks basically equal on both devices. We can see here a 3.5mm headphone jack, and that little hole here is another microphone, so this phone here comes with 2 microphones, which is really a good thing. I really like that the 3.5mm headphone jack is exactly in the middle of the frame. That looks definitely awesome. But there's something I've noticed on my Elephone S2, so the smaller one, you can definitely see the notification LED, so we have here that round cutout, and here the notification LED is actually hidden, so you don't see it when it's not on. So far this is looking really good. Then now let's have a look at the SIM card tray. Now removing the SIM card tray, which is actually a dual SIM card tray plus micro SD card slot, you just have to use that metal pin, just go in there and boom, there you go, it pops out. And then you can actually pull it out. And well, I want to quickly show you that because I think it's quite interesting. Whoops, I just dropped my SIM card, and basically it's an all-in-one slot. So here's the micro SD card slot. My 64GB micro SD card is, by the way, working really good in the device. Then here you have another micro SD card slot, and on the back side it's right over here, so under the micro SD card slot you have another micro SIM card slot. And well, it doesn't fit big SIM cards, it only fits micro SIM cards, so I have one nano SIM card and I have to use my adapter here. But it works really great, so if you have a big SIM card, you can just cut it out and use the inner chip as micro SIM card, so that works too. Or if you have a nano SIM card, just use an adapter. But it works with 2 SIM cards at the same time, plus 1 micro SD card, which is a good thing because some other slim phones, they only come with 2 slots and you have to choose. Do you want to use 2 SIM cards or do you want to use 1 SIM card and 1 micro SD card? But well, here so far everything is working, and that's something I like about the Elephone S2. Now the Elephone S2 Plus just comes like the Elephone S2 with a 720p HD display. Now well, the Elephone S2, the normal one, looks sharper because the display is smaller and the same resolution, but I'm also okay with the 720p display on the Elephone S2 Plus. Most people will say it looks like crap, but well, with 720p display you have a better battery lifetime. Battery lifetime, by the way, is really okay on the phone. Now it supports mirror vision and the brightness is really okay to also read the display when you're outside. You can see here the viewing angles. It's very bright in here, but you can still read everything. It's not changing the colors, so far I'm happy with the display. It's really not too bad, and for the price, okay. I mean, for sure there are phones which are not really much more expensive and you get a full HD screen, but yeah, the phone is also very thin, so 720p screen with the battery, it's definitely okay in my opinion. The Elephone S2 Plus also comes with a 2.5D arc screen, like a rounded edge around the screen. But well, the whole effect gets destroyed because we have here some black frame around it, and it doesn't look that good like the 2.5D arc screen, for instance, of the EQ E04 Aurora. But well, so far it's looking okay, and it could just look a little bit better without that black thing around it. So there we go, we're now here in Android 5.1 on the Elephone S2 Plus. Now the only bad thing so far is that the CPU is once again running with only 1 GHz. So there are different versions of the MediaTek MT6735, the 1 GHz version, 1.3 and 1.5 GHz version. Now so far this is the 1 GHz version, and you see it's not really fast, and it scores only around 18,000 points in Antutu. So for heavy multitasking you will notice some slight amount of lag. Okay, so this is the stock Android 5.1 launcher, as you can see, and so far it's smooth, but really if you have many things there like widgets, if you do multitasking, then you will notice that gets laggy. But finally the ROM supports 64 bits, because on my Elephone S2 I've reviewed a month ago, 64 bits was not working. Okay, then let's go here to the settings and about the phone. Here we can confirm that it is running Android version 5.1. Here's the lollipop and here's the e-stack. So this is really lollipop and not some spoofed version. At the top we have wireless update, but there was no OTA for like 2 weeks, and I'm currently running the latest version, so we don't even have to check for an update because there is no update. Then let's go all the way up here to Wi-Fi. Let's talk a little bit about that, and I'm very pleased with the Wi-Fi connectivity. It's very good. We can check it out here, and here you will see link speed 65 Mbits. Well, it could be better. I'm using the 2.4 GHz band and the signal strength is excellent. Now well, I also use Wi-Fi in my sleeping room, so it's on the 2nd floor, and usually it's crappy signal with my Galaxy S6 Edge. But here notice that the signal is quite good, and it also finds the network of my neighbor, so Wi-Fi connectivity is really great. Okay, then here we have Bluetooth. Bluetooth is also working, there is no NFC, there is no hotnot, so just the basic things in here. We can have a look at display. The good thing is that little baby here supports mirror vision, so basically with that you can tweak the colors of your display. And on the display we also have proximity sensor recalibration and G-sensor calibration, which I think is very important sometimes. Here we have storage settings. You can switch here between phone storage and the SD card, so my 64GB SD card is working like a charm. 12GB total space, and you get around 10 to 11GB usable when you unpack it. Well, here you can see my SD card, 64 gigs, and it's working. So all along with the SIM card, that's absolutely no problem in that phone. The battery seems to be really 2650 or something like that, because the battery lifetime is great, but the battery lifetime is only so good because the CPU is only running at 1 GHz, and that's quite efficient. But you only get 18,000 points in Antutu, so the performance of this device is actually quite low. But the battery lifetime is great, 1 day is no problem, I use it a lot. I also activate intelligent power saving standby, and so far I cannot say anything bad about the battery. Okay, then let's have a look at apps running in the background. Now this device here comes with 2 GB of RAM. So let's check out here the memory consumption, 220 megabytes used by the system, some other apps which are running in the background, 370. So you still have around 1.3 gigabytes of RAM left. And trust me guys, the RAM is not limiting the performance, so it's a chipset. All in all, the phone is very clean. There are no Chinese apps, no spyware, no bloatware, which is a really good thing, but it does not come pre-rooted. Okay, here we have GPS, then here we have security, just the basic things. There is no eye detection, there is no fingerprint unlock, so you just have swipe pattern, blah blah blah. Then we have here language and input, so as always there are different languages, not the full Android language pack, so you see some German languages are missing, but yeah, as you can see there are many languages inside, so you shouldn't have a problem, and the system UI is not crashing for me so far. Okay, yeah, that's basically everything which is interesting here. By default also here the developer options, and that's everything you can find in the settings of the Elephone S2 Plus. Then now let's go and let's have a look at all the basic features of the smartphone here. Well, it's the stock launcher, so there's nothing special here. If you press the menu button you have wallpapers, widget and settings. Then here's the Android status bar, and here you have all your notifications, and here we have the quick toggles. Well, we have quick toggles here for the brightness. It's currently on maximum brightness and the display is really bright, so that's good. Also here it goes down to almost no brightness, and you see there is no jump in between, that's good. We have here Wi-Fi settings, Wi-Fi quick toggle, Bluetooth quick toggle, here mobile network, airplane mode, auto rotation, the torch, so the LED flash, which I will show you later, GPS and different audio profiles. Then let's have a look here at the dialer application, so we can just call here this popular number 147. Now the phone reception is really good. I have no signal drops. I went through the city, I was on countryside and really no problem. Then let's call this number here. And you see the sensors working, so it shuts off the display. It's located here right from the speaker. And here's the loudspeaker. And well, it sounds not really good. It's really crappy actually. It's not loud, and also yeah, the clarity, so the quality is really bad. So I'm absolutely not happy with the rear speaker, but later you will also see a movie test on YouTube and you can listen to the quality again. But it's really not good in my opinion. Okay, then here the messaging application. It's a 5-point capacitive touchscreen. Now, well, typing feels okay. 5-point capacitive touchscreen, so no ghost touches, but the vibration feedback feels really strange because the phone is so lightweight and the vibration feels somehow cheap. I just don't like that feeling. Hello guys, so it also makes that strange vibration sound, and usually that's just only on lightweight phones and I just don't like that, but it's my personal opinion. Let's go here to the menu and let's have a look at all the basic applications, phone, contacts, messaging, the browser. Well, I can quickly show you the browser. By default it opens up elephone.hk, shows you some advertising about the new P6000 event, blah blah blah. Zooming in, everything okay. Also the Wi-Fi signal, as I've told you before, is good, and later we'll do a speed test with 3G and the speeds are very good. Then here's the camera application, and I would say let's go outside and let's do a quick camera test to check out the quality of the rear camera and the front-facing camera. So we're now here outside in my garden, and here's a quick camera test on the Elephone S2 Plus. Well, I captured a lot of pictures with the Elephone S2 Plus, and the tap autofocus is working fine, so it focuses also great. But if you check out the pictures on the computer, you will notice that the outer borders are kind of blurry. In the middle in the focusing area it's sharp, but then to the outside it gets a little bit blurry. Like I captured a landscape, and on the outer borders there were some trees and it looked like a surface, like an area, not like single trees. Okay, that's just regarding the pictures, and you will find the sample pictures on chinadevices.com. We all know that camera applications, so the basic camera application, on the left side we have different modes and effects. At the top, gesture recognition, HDR, LED flash, and we can switch to the front-facing camera, so let's do that. And there we go. I'm actually quite happy with the front-facing camera for such a cheap device. It's really okay. Only shows 2 megapixels in the settings. I can quickly show you that. So here we have the settings, here the camera settings, and here you will see picture size. It's 2 megapixels in full screen, but basically the same in 4:3. So the maximum here is 2 megapixels. Okay, so let's check that a little bit out. You can see it's wide angle. I can get myself easily on the picture. That is looking great so far. I will just capture here a selfie. So hello guys. and you will find all that on chinadevices.com. Okay, so back to the rear camera. As I've said before, it's not laggy so far. Then it should have 13 megapixel, the tap autofocus is working, lighting adjustment and white balance also looks okay. We can go here to the settings, so here you have the normal things like white balance, blah blah blah, but as you can see, everything on automatic settings. And here we have the picture size. It's currently on 13 megapixels and you have that in full screen and 4:3. That's pretty good, so you can also capture 13 megapixel pictures in 16:9. Alright, that's basically it. That is everything in here. Video mode is now set to fine, and now you will see some sample videos from the rear and front facing camera, so let's check this out. Alright guys, so here's a quick front-facing camera test with the Elephone S2 Plus, and as you've seen before, the front-facing camera shows 2 megapixels, and well, it's nice and wide angle. In preview it looks kinda sharp, also the things in the background. Feels a little bit laggy, but I like that it's really wide angle, that the lighting adjustment works pretty good as you can see, and also the colors, they look quite natural. But just for yourself, have a look right now at the screen, if you like it or not. Usually looks completely different on the computer. So this is the raw quality without any editing. Just check it out for yourself if it's okay for you. Listen to the microphone quality, so I'm currently like 50 centimeters away from the smartphone. And yeah, we have 2 microphones as you've seen before, so yeah, just listen to the quality. Have a look here at the quality, and this is the front-facing camera. Quality is set to fine, all the settings are on automatic settings like the white balance and lighting adjustment. So let's go a little bit around, let's have a look at the image stabilization. So it looks okay so far, not really laggy. Then here you can see some close-ups, so let's try to focus. And on some phones it really sucks to focus, like it takes a long time when you want to focus at close-ups, but on the Elephone S2 Plus, yeah, it looks really good. The focus is fast, as you can see. It focuses within 2 seconds. The colors, they look quite natural, so that's purple. Then here we have some nice pink. Well, maybe this looks a little bit too bright, but it's okay. And well, we can move here a little bit. So also listen to the microphone quality. And objects in the background, like which are more far away, we can zoom in a little bit. So it goes up to 4 times magnification. Well, so far it's looking okay, but just have a look at the quality for yourself on the computer. It's always in the eye of the beholder. For me it's okay, because I do not record so many videos, and I would say it's, yeah, average, nothing more than that. Rear camera shoots with an 2.0 aperture, and in the best case it's average, so I don't like it so much. In the middle it's kinda sharp, outer border's kinda blurry, but have a look at the samples on your own on chinadevices.com. Okay, that was the gallery camera. We have a music player, file manager, so it comes with all the basic stuff in here. No chunk, no bloatware, which is really good. Also direct is in there. Basically this unlocks a couple of features like gesture unlock, and with that, for instance, you can unlock your device with the proximity sensor. I mean, kinda useless features, but it's nice to have. Second page here, FM radio, it's supported, it's working good, but you need a headset for that. Headset was not included, by the way. It comes with all the Google apps pre-installed, it comes with the Google Play Store, and if you factory reset the phone, the Play Store is still there, so don't worry. And it has also smart wake, like gestures like double tap to wake up. That's actually what I use most of the time. Okay, yeah, that's basically everything in here. Sound recorder search, Elephone service application, which is basically just a shortcut to the forum and to the website, and you can leave questions, which is not correctly spelled, by the way. Oh my goodness. Or suggestions. Okay, yeah, that's basically it. That's everything in here. Now I would say let's do a quick LED flash test, let's do a movie test, then some gaming performance benchmark things, GPS test, and then you will hear my conclusion about it. Lights off, baby, and here comes the LED flash test on the Elephone S2 Plus, and there we go. Oh, that's cute. So yeah, it's really kind of weak. I mean, it looks nice because it's very white, but it's not really strong. So this could definitely be stronger. And I can show you some pictures I've captured, like maybe let's take the first one. Yeah, this one here. So this was with the Elephone S2 Plus, and I have here one with my Galaxy S6 Edge. And yeah, same lighting and same position, but here you can't see shit, and here you see actually almost the whole room, and yeah, it looks terrible, but I just wanted to show you here the comparison. Like the LED flash at night, forget it. I mean, it's nice if you drop something and you're searching something on the ground, but if you want to take photos at night, this looks absolutely bad, so forget it, guys. Okay, the LED flash is not really strong on the Elephone S2 Plus, and it's actually the same on the Elephone S2. So here's a quick movie and speaker test on YouTube, no copyright sound, some random track, and there we go, let's hit the play button. But I can already tell you, I'm not a fan of the speaker. And there we go. And it's not really loud, and even though it's not loud, it sounds like crap. So, I mean, it's okay to hear the ringtone if somebody's ringing you, but if you want to listen to music or watch something, well, if there's some other people talking around you, you won't hear anything. So, yeah, the 3.5mm headphone jack, it's actually quite decent, it's okay. Still not really good, but for the most people, I think it's okay. I've just noticed that also the gain is here not that high, like for instance on my Samsung. Also, you should play around with the equalizer a little bit, sounds a bit flat, but yeah, from the rest it's okay. But the integrated back speaker, it's some of the worst speakers I've had so far. Just S6 clones, S5 clones had a crappier speaker than this one here. And here comes a quick GPS test in the GPS test application. Well, so far the chipset does not support GLONASS, and the maximum number of satellites I was able to find was 15, and in use like 13, 14. I have to say, outside of town it's super awesome. I always get like 4 or 5 satellites with some very strong green bars. You see, it depends on the location when you're driving, so the signal jumps up and down. So that's why I usually drive and I want to show you the signal, so that's really constant and the fix does not get lost. Okay, now in the city it looks a bit different, so high buildings in Vienna are a bit shielding it, but you still get around 8 to 10 satellites in use, but not so many green and yellow bars. You get like 2 or 3 strong satellites, which is enough for a good fix. And so far I can say the chipset is really not the best for GPS, but the antenna layout on the Elephone S2 Plus seems to be kinda good, so I can get here a nice 3D fix, and it finds the 3D fix pretty fast, so 5 seconds. And also I had not to do any GPS tweaks, so it worked straight out of the box. That's pretty good, and now let's do a real-life navigation test with Cyjik. So here's the navigation test in Cyjik offline navigation, and well, navigation is usable, but it's not that good like on some high-end devices. I will show you what I mean with that. Like if we take a wrong exit here in the roundabout, rerouting usually takes very long, like it takes for me up to 30 seconds, and yeah, you see, we're stuck here a little bit, so it's kind of slow sometimes, not too accurate. Like on my Samsung, we would be already on the road, okay? So it took around 25 seconds, something like that, I don't know. But in town, if you take some wrong exits or, yeah, wrong streets, then it can be quite annoying because you really confuse the smartphone. But it's usable actually. As you can see, we're currently driving, it shows almost the correct speed. Then, yeah, regarding the accuracy, we're now passing a road. We now pass it here in Cyjik, so it's just lagging behind a little bit. When you drive faster, the accuracy is not so good, but it's okay. And, oh well, it says I have to return, so I will do that now. But navigation is usable, but it's not that good like on some other high-end devices, and also the chipset does not support GLONASS, so maybe in some other areas you will have not on such good GPS performance, but I have to say here in Austria, Central Europe, it works okay. Oh yeah, it's benchmark time. Geekbench 3 just finished. 480 single core score, 1333 multi-core score, so not really much. It's only the quad-core model, and well, you can see it's the MTK 6735P. A lot of people think that the P version is the 1.5 GHz version, but well, as you can see, it only runs at a maximum clock of 988 MHz. Memory 1.9 gigs, and yeah, that's basically everything in here. Then let's have a look at the Antutu benchmark result. And we only get 18,887 points, which is really not a lot. I can show you here the ranking. Like the Xiaomi Mi 2 is faster than the Elephone S2 Plus. And also if you have a look here at the info, then you can see 64-bit support, Android 5.1. 720p display right over here, 13 megapixel rear camera, once again here the RAM, 1944 megabytes, system storage, then here the CPU, 4 cores, up to 1 GHz, and the MTK 6735P with the Mali T720 GPU. Well, there are not many sensors in there. We can quickly confirm that in the sensor box. You see there's no gyroscope, for instance, for VR goggles, there's no magnetic sensor for uncover. You just have the basic things like sound sensor, proximity sensor, light sensor, and accelerometer. Proximity sensor, as you can see, it is also working, and you can also recalibrate it in the display settings. Okay, then CPU set, we have already checked that one here out, up to 1 GHz. Here once again the device settings, nothing special in here. Here system settings, no root access, Android 5.1. Yeah, battery, there's nothing interesting here. Then the phone itself, it really does not get hot. The CPU is only running at 1 GHz. It's not so powerful, so it does not get hot. I'm using it now the whole day, maximum temperatures like CPU temperature 45 degrees. Sensors, accelerometer, proximity and light sensor, and you see they are working. Okay, we can quickly have a look at the multi-touch tester. 5 points, capacitive touchscreen, no ghost touches so far, that's pretty good. And I did some speed tests, 3G only, and for 3G the speeds are very good. 16 Mbits down, 4 Mbits up, this was inside, this was outside, and here another one outside. So I have to say, that's pretty good, so I'm happy with the 3G signal, and also absolutely no signal drops, but well, the performance of the phone, like in the benchmarks and everything, is not that good. Okay, then let's go and let's do a quick gaming test here in GTA. Now the gaming performance really depends on which game you're playing, and like GTA is very good optimized, you can tweak the settings, and there's only a slight amount of lag sometimes, but for instance Modern Combat 5, it's sometimes like a slideshow on this phone, so I don't like to play this game on that phone here, but it really depends on the game. Asphalt 8, I think it's also kind of laggy. Then GTA is running fine, also most of the 3D games are running fine, but just some very graphic intense games, they could lag. So the MTK 6735 running at 1 GHz only scores around 18,000, 19,000 points in Antutu, which is really not a lot, and if you're into heavy gaming, then I would definitely recommend to get yourself at least an MTK 6753 octa-core. Oh yeah, boys and girls, we're now here at the end of this review, and here comes my final conclusion about the Elephone S2 and S2 Plus. Now let's get started with the pros. The phone is very cheap, you can get it with coupons like for just 120 bucks, really a good price. Nice design, it supports OTG, just tested here with that USB drive, PlayStation 4 controller. We have very good 3G reception, GPS reception, even though it does not support GLONASS. Wi-Fi signal is also very good, and it features a triple slot like 2 micro SIM cards and 1 micro SD card. Now let's come over to the cons. The CPU, once again, only running at the maximum clock of 1 GHz, which results in a very low Antutu score. Also, the gaming performance is not that good. Average camera, front-facing camera, only 2 megapixels. Non-removable battery, but I really like the design, even though it's a fingerprint magnet. Well, phone sometimes kind of slow if you have many things on there, and also the 3D performance is not the best thing. The materials used, they seem to be kind of cheap, like the back glass, they say it's sapphire glass or sapphire glass, whatever, but you can still break it easily, so if you drop it, I'm pretty sure in 50% of the cases it's broken, like on my small Elephone S2 Plus, Elephone S2, sorry guys. So make sure you use the silicone rubber case you get with the phone, it really helps a lot. Then there is no Gorilla Glass 3 or other protection, like the display gets scratched easily. Make sure you use the screen protectors, that's why you get one on the smartphone and 2 extra screen protectors. And the notification LED, somehow it only lights up when I charge the device, like I also can't find settings like in the notifications, and yeah, it's pretty hard to configure it. Okay guys, yeah, that's everything regarding the Elephone S2 Plus. So far it's not too bad, but they're way better devices for only a little bit more money. Okay guys, now that was my review of the Elephone S2 Plus. Make sure you check it out on efoxshop.com. They also have a lot of other nice devices, and they are very honest, like they write that the CPU is only 1 GHz. Other shops do not do that, like I did read that it has an octa-core, 1.5 GHz, and at least eFox is very honest with that. Thank you guys for that. Thanks for sending out the sample, and see you again tomorrow in the next review. Have a nice day and bye bye, see you guys.